Hi, welcome back to EducateTube.com. My name is Sipsky, your host. In this video, I want to talk about my favorite hobby, flying drones. I've been at it for about 8 or 9 years, and I have owned many drones, one including the S1000, very big drone, all the way to a very small one like this one here, the DJI Mini 3 Pro. I also have the Mavic Air. I previously had but sold the Phantom 4 Pro, the Mavic 2 Pro. Maybe in the future I'll get my Mavic 3 Pro, but we'll see how it goes. But right now I'm very happy with these two mini drones that I own. I'll tell you, after 8 or 9 years what I learned from it, and also what else I need to learn more from it. Let's talk about it right now. Alright, so let's talk about drone hobby. Now I have two that I kept, this two, and the reason for that is I like something compact. After having so many drones, the big one like the S1000, now I have this mini one which I find very convenient, and I can carry it around with me anytime, anywhere. Especially for, of course, the DJI Mini 3 Pro, which doesn't require any license, whereas this one does. So I do have a drone license, the basic one, and I'm able to fly this Mavic Air. It's a small one, but it's still over 250 grams, so you still need a license for that. So I have the basic pilot license. Now the reason why I kept this Mavic Air is the video quality that comes out of this drone is amazing. Like the quality and the color is still very good. And I have like 4 sets of battery for this Mavic Air, and it's still lasting. That's just amazing. The other drone that I have, like the Phantom 4 Pro or the Mavic 2 Pro, the battery already died, some of them, right? So I like, what's going on? And I still can't figure out what's the problem. But for the Mavic Air, the battery's been charging, every time I recharge it every 3 months, and it's still working. So it has been a really good mini drone for me, this one, and that's why I kept it, and it's been my favorite. Now, what I do learn from this Mavic Air is that it does use a Wi-Fi technology, and so you can't fly too far from it. So let's say you have a lot of buildings, just be careful with this type of drone because there's a lot of interference. And so the furthest you can fly for this drone is probably no more than 150 meters, especially when there's a lot of buildings around. So just be careful of this. I usually fly this within 500 meters anyway, so I don't want to leave it out of my sight because it's so small, right? So I like this drone a lot, and I use this drone to fly pretty much every time I go out. Now I also have this one here. This is the Mini 3 Pro, and it's also my favorite. Actually, whenever I want to film, high quality image, believe it or not, even though this is a smaller one, the Mavic Air, this one has a better quality image video. I do have 3 sets of battery for this one, and it does a good job. Now, both of this drone, I fly quite often, and the one thing I do learn that you'll crash from time to time, and you got to be careful, especially the camera. If you crash it, sometimes the camera may not function properly, it may get stuck. So hopefully you are able to fix it. And this is the one thing about flying drones, you need to practice. After 8 or 9 years, I still need to practice flying drones. And so once, every 2 months, I would try to fly my drones and, learn how to navigate, right? So I'll show you a video in a minute, and I'll show you what I do. I usually do a figure 8, try to control my remote control. And for my remote control, as you can see here, I actually label it so I can remember. If you don't fly for 2 or 3 months, you're gonna forget these functions. So I usually, on my left side of my remote control, I have one going up, down, and then rotate. So that reminds me, right? And the other one I have forward, back, left, and right. Now, over the years when I'm flying my drones, what I realize is that the forward and the rotate are so important, especially when you're coordinating your eyes and your remote control to the drone. So that's why I learned that the forward and the backward, as well as the rotating button, are important into navigating your drone very precisely. Let me show you right now the video. You'll see what I mean by that. Let me see. Okay, as you can see here, I'm trying to navigate through the trees. This is just for me to practice controlling my drones. So I would try to see an object or obstacles, and I would try to fly around it. Okay, this is a very good practice, especially, you haven't been flying for about a couple months. You need to do that, okay? Check also the firmware update, all these things. Check your propellers to make sure it's not broken. Check your camera if it's not stuck. These are important before you get started, before you fly up, right? And always try to maintain your drone, especially the battery. Make sure you charge your battery every 2 or 3 months to make sure that it doesn't completely discharge and you won't be able to basically charge it again. This is very important. This is what I learned from my Phantom 4 Pro and the Mavic 2 Pro. I one time left the battery not charging for like 4 to 6 months, and 2 of them died. That was an expensive experiment. Cost me dearly. Okay, so just be aware that when you do have your battery, do charge them every, I would say 3 months maximum, like 2 or 3 months, charge them, and then maybe you want to fly them from time to time, especially like 3 to 4 months. You should try to fly them. The reason for that is because the firmware update comes every 6 months, sometime even earlier. So you need to keep track of that. This is why drone hobby can be time consuming, but I really enjoy it. I love the image quality that comes out of these drones. It adds another layer to filming. The top view, let's say if your scene was like the person's running away from bad guys or good guys, whatever it is, like, and having the drone to fly over it or under it or beside it, close-up shot and all those, like as you can see here, it's gonna make that shot cinematic, right? So having that drone as another viewpoint in your film is great. And so I just like flying drones, not just for filming, but also just flying in general. It feels like you have an extra control over your tools, right? So just think of the drone as a way to control your filming, your scene, give another perspective to it. But generally, just flying it for fun is another layer to that, right? So there's a hobby where you want to do filming, and there's another hobby where you want just to fly it, and you feel like a bird, right? From the perspective of a bird, anyway. And I think that drone gives you that freedom to be able to explore different territories without moving, right? Just using this drone as an extra eye. So I think that's the thing about drone flying, the hobby. The fun part is that you can use it as part of your short film, part of your feature film. It could be also part of your hobby, just fly it and see the other side of, let's say, a field, whatever it may be. But it is very fun, and this is why I continue on to enjoy my hobby. And in the future, maybe I'll get a bigger drone like the Mavic 3 Pro, or maybe they'll come up with a 4 one, I don't know. But the thing is, right now I'm very happy with this 2 small drones, and I love it because it's so small. I can carry in my small bag, and whenever I go out, with my cameras, I'll take pictures, but I also like to fly my drone as well. Okay, so this is my take on flying drones. It's one of the things that I think most of you who watch this video probably agree with me. It's a very fun hobby to do, and I think it's an extra tool to your filming kit. All right, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed flying drones like me. It's a way to relieve your stress. Don't forget to subscribe and give me a little heart of appreciation. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.